proper campaign structure can either make or break your Amazon business. Hey, my name is Vadim, I'm the founder and CEO of PPC JumpStart. We are a small boutique agency from Vancouver, Canada. In this quick video, I will show you how PPC JumpStart structures Amazon PPC campaigns for maximum efficiency and profit, and how you could do it the same way using our own unique approach. We will talk about the ideal campaign structure, the considerations, determining factors, and how to analyze and how you can maintain your campaigns. We will talk about considerations for a campaign structure, so that it should support efficient optimization, ease of maintenance, and ease of setup. And we will discuss determining factors: campaign keyword target density, is it going to be a single keyword or multi-keyword campaign, placements, match types, and budget considerations. As you know, it's a common debate. People discuss whether to include one keyword per campaign, 5 keywords, 10 keywords. In general, you add as many keywords per campaign as possible, so you have to worry about it less. It's actually the opposite. We want to have as many single keyword campaigns as possible, and I'll explain why. First of all, there is a lot of advantages in building campaigns in such a way. You can control exactly how much you spend per keyword, and you can optimize placements more efficiently. Disadvantage is longer setup time, and it's sometimes take a while to get the impressions and clicks going. Unlike with multi-keyword campaigns, typically they tend to get going faster. If one keyword gets clicks, it typically picks up other keywords, so the campaigns, they warm up faster. Quick to set up, gets going quick. You cannot control spend per keyword, and you cannot optimize placements, because unfortunately placements, they don't apply per keyword. If it's a multi-keyword campaigns, they apply per ad group, so you don't really know if one placement is working well on rest of search or product pages, and so on. I'll quickly move to other slide, and I'll start showing you some data. So this is a multi-keyword campaign, and in a campaign like this, some keywords could be doing well on rest of search, some could be doing on product pages, which is usually not the case, so it's typically a battle between these two placements. In the campaign like this, if you have multiple keywords, you won't be able to optimize efficiently for a placement, and I'll explain why as we go. So stick around till the end of the video. Third point is that campaign with multiple keywords, if you have one keyword that converts well, other one doesn't convert well, or you have click-through rates that are vastly different, it's not going to help you with your campaign quality score. It's similar to Google Ads. They do assign a campaign quality score to a campaign, and if it's a high score, you tend to get favorable ad spots. Similar thing with Amazon. If you were to have this campaign mixed with different keywords targets, so we have keyword that doesn't convert well and keyword that does convert well, these types of keywords, they are going to ruin the performance of this keyword, so we have to split them. Next point is impression suppression. I think this is very common, and if you heard about it, and I could probably display it right here. This keyword is taking the majority of the traffic, so we need to isolate it. Placements, main reason for incorrect data decisions. If you haven't noticed, but typically in Amazon, top of search and rest of search, they're going to be your good placements in 90% of cases, and product pages, they're just going to be wasting your money. And I can show you multiple examples of that happening. We have product pages right here, wasted ad spend. We have product pages right here, again worst performing, and see that's another placement. And what I want you to understand is that each placement, it drives a different purchase intent. I'll quickly show you what it looks like if you're not familiar. Top of search, people are going to be more inclined to buy. They search the keyword and they don't want to keep scrolling, they just buy the first thing they see most of the time. So on Amazon, that's how it works, right? So this is top of search, typically best converting, highest click-through rate, lowest ACOS, sometimes, right? If not, then we need to optimize our campaigns for rest of search. Where does the rest of search show up? Well, as you scroll down, you are gonna see more sponsored ads, and so that's your rest of search right here. And over time, like since a couple of years, we see more and more advertising, more and more sponsored listings. So Amazon advertising is more important than ever. So this was the rest of search. Product pages, where does it show up? Well, as I go on a listing, I scroll, I see the product and I don't like it. I want to keep scrolling, I want to open a bunch of products, I want to open a bunch of pages, I want to compare. There goes your product pages, and typically once someone enters this field, this is exactly what they're gonna do. They're gonna open a bunch of products, they're gonna review them, you're probably gonna be one of them, and you're not gonna convert. And this is exactly why you see performance on product pages uniformly across multiple campaigns. It's considerably worse than top of search and rest of search. Going back to my presentation, top of search and rest of search. Customer is more in a buying mode. When you search on Amazon, you are gonna buy. You're not going to Amazon just to research products, right? That's typically what Google is for. On Amazon, you wanna buy. You click top of search, you buy. Maybe you skip top of search by accident, you go to rest of search and you buy. Once you're on a listing and you see product pages, that's typically where it converts worse. Because customer wants to browse, they want to research, they want to compare, and you don't really want to be advertising for that placement. Which is why the main reason for incorrect data decisions is placements. So most people, they have, no, maybe not most people, but quite a few people, they have keywords with multiple keywords per campaign. And the way we optimize our campaigns for certain placement is that we lower the bid below the cost per click that you get on a worse performing placement, and then you add a bid adjustment multiplier. I'm gonna link a separate video on just on that because it's a long topic. But basically you have to have single target per campaign to optimize efficiently for any placement. If it's multiple keywords per campaign, it's gonna be like a game of whack-a-mole. You're gonna lower the bid on one keyword, but other keyword may be getting traffic on product pages, and you're gonna lower that bid. Then you start losing all of the impressions all of a sudden. So that's why we tend to create single keywords campaign in general. Typically we see if you go for broad keywords like bar soap or men deodorant or shampoo, they tend to pick up a lot of impressions from low converting placements like product pages. So that's something to keep in mind. When you create these campaigns, you could immediately add placement modifiers on these two placements, and I'll probably have a separate video on that of how to best create your campaigns. And also these placements, we notice among our customers, they tend to work best for subjective categories like wall decor or art, where people tend to compare more, and it's typically the buying decision is not influenced by the search result, it's not influenced by a keyword, right? If I type wall decor, I'm not gonna buy the first thing. I would want to compare the designs, the portraits like we have here, bull, and typically in this type of scenarios, product pages, they will work much better. I'll quickly skim through this slide because it's the same scenario as multiple keyword campaigns. So multiple match types, impression, suppression. If you have broad and phrase match type in a campaign, typically broad, that will eat all of the traffic, all of the clicks, because it's capturing more impressions in general, the way it's set up. Again, going back to placements, different buyer's commitment. We see broad, it may not work as well on top of search sometimes, because it's like anything with broad, it's more of like research. Anything with exact, it's a high intent to buy. And yeah, same thing that I mentioned, that it's harder to optimize for placements. Typically broad match type will work best on rest of search, and exact match type will work best on top of search, as we see when working for our clients' accounts. Next consideration, budgets. Multi-keyword campaigns, easier to manage budgets. Let's say you have 50 campaigns, give them a budget of $1 or $2, and you're capped at about $50 or $100 a day. But at the same time, you cannot control exact spend for any single keyword. It's kind of up to Amazon. Single keyword campaigns, I can control exactly how much I can spend per keyword. So this keyword right here, it's capped at $5 and nothing more. If it was multi-keyword campaign, it would be much more difficult to have this exactly at $5. It's up to Amazon. You could spend $10 or $20, whatever the campaign budget is for that campaign. Next point, harder to manage. If you have 1,000 single keyword campaigns with a dollar budget, it's at least $1,000 spent. So there is not like really a way to minimize your spend that way, but I'll quickly show you that is not really the case. So what is the ideal campaign structure, right? In our agency, we have two types of keywords, high search volume keywords and low search volume keywords. It's up to you what kind of levels of search volume you want to create. If you want to make it more streamlined, you could consider anything that's high search volume over 1,000 in searches a month. So typically we would have single keyword campaign, single ad group, single product, and single match type. And in any niche, there is not really many keywords like that, like I'd say 20 to 30 keywords with search volume over 1,000. And then if you were to utilize all three match types, which I suggest you should, you would have at most 60 to 90 single keyword campaigns, right? And anything that's lower 1,000 searches, or if you want, you can make it less than 500, you would have multi-keyword campaigns grouped by the same route. And it's going to be single match type. Why do we group by the same route, right? And what do you mean like same route? Something like that, if you sell a pan scraper, or let's say you sell a product that resembles a pan scraper and it's also a relevant keyword, and the common route is pan scraper, you would group your campaigns in such a way that the same route shows up in any given campaign. And this would typically be like low search volume keywords. And if you do it this way, typically the buyer's intent is quite the same among these keywords. Like it's not vastly different. So we would expect similar conversion rate, similar click-through rate, and possibly similar search volume. Also, it's not mandatory. So this would be good for our campaign quality score, like I mentioned earlier. Once we have keywords that are in a campaign that are grouped by similar kind of buyer's intent, they get similar conversion, similar click-through rate, that generally helps the campaign, and it helps you get cheaper clicks and better placements. So I will show you how to analyze your campaigns, which reports to download, which filters to establish, and how to kind of go about it, so you can fix your account. So typically, if you're not using any like automation software or like any like third-party tool, you would go to sponsor products, create reports, and you would download this thing called placements. So once you have these reports downloaded, you simply want to create a quick pivot table. You'll have your campaign placements, your campaign name, and you'll have your placements right here, and you would add clicks, impressions, spend, and maybe you'll add ROAS or ACOS. And that way you can analyze your campaigns for what placement is working and what placement is not working, and you can optimize it that way. But in our agency, we use a third-party tool called PPC Ninja, which is very handy. And in this particular view, we have campaign placements, and I can quickly identify worst performing placements. And typically that's going to be product pages most of the time. So I have steps here, filter by product page placement, which I've done that, and filter by 10 clicks, at least 10 clicks, and let's filter by ACOS from highest to lowest. And I want to see only enabled campaigns. So we will see our campaigns, and you could try and optimize for a placement. So I know that in this campaign, product pages wasn't converting well. So we would go to Ads Manager, we would find this campaign and see, and I will show you the type of actions we do to help to optimize it for any given placement. If you haven't already done it, you should restructure your campaigns to a single keyword campaigns for most of the time, considering the information I gave you in my presentation. So in this campaign, 7 days data, 23 clicks, 0 orders. 30 days looks slightly better, and I can see on a 30-day period and I can see the top of search work best for this campaign. Surprise, right? Well, not really. Most of the time we see that product pages is performing poorly, so we want to get away from this placement most of the time. Like 90% of cases, we want our campaigns to be getting triggered on these two placements. So in this way, top of search work best. So what I've done is I've reduced this bid to lower than the cost per click on product pages, much lower, and I've added the placement adjustment in such a way so that the combination of both, it was 1.5 with a placement of 55, it is slightly over the cost per click you get on placements that converts best. So it's up to you, it's based on the ACOS. If this was 8%, I would have made it like 65. But I do have a separate video about that, how to calculate that, which is right here, which you can check out. So this is the way to do it. Use a third-party tool or download reports, find campaigns that perform poorly on product pages and optimize them for top of search. So what about maintenance? Every week I want you to make sure that your campaigns are getting traffic from the best converting placement. So to do that, you would simply go to your campaign manager and you get the last 7 days data. You would be reviewing this weekly or bi-weekly. We like to do it twice a week. And you simply go ahead and you filter by orders. So anything with high orders and high ACOS you want to prioritize. For example, this campaign right here, you can see that on December 3 it was optimized for rest of search. So if I open that, I can see why it was optimized. Low ACOS rest of search and high ACOS on product pages and very poor conversion. So go to your campaign manager, look at last 7 days data. If you want, you could skip the last 2 days due to attribution window and put main emphasis on campaigns with high orders and high ACOS, and make sure that they're getting traffic from the best converting placement at all times. So you want to be checking this semi-frequently. Recap: single keyword campaigns over multiple keyword campaigns. For the issues explained, you cannot optimize for placements if you have multiple keywords per campaign. You cannot get accurate budget control. The budget is split among keywords. And number 2, placement is the number 1 reason of incorrect data decisions. So pay attention to placements a lot. I'd go as far as saying that it's even more important than your bid management. So you need to pay attention and you need to check placements. Point 3, check weekly to ensure campaigns are performing at their best placement. Feel free to check out our website. We are an Amazon PPC agency, PPC JumpStart. And to be upfront with you, I upload these videos to first of all help other PPC managers improving their skills, help other people manage their own PPC, but we also provide this other service. So if you're looking to find someone to restructure your campaigns or in general improve your profit margins, this would be us. And on our website you can see one of the reviews, Sharp wood carving tools. You can find them on Amazon. Last year they've hired us to audit their account and restructure it, and it was around October, and the result of working with us, it has been their 2 highest revenue months that they've ever had, and it is on a 5-year-old business, so pretty happy about these results, and we're hoping to do even better this Q4. If you're looking for similar results, if you're looking for growth, if you're looking to finally become profitable, this will be ppcjumpstart.com, and I'm looking forward to speaking with you.